This is Masterchef Ireland, the semi-final. And these 4 amateur cooks all believe that they have what it takes to become the next champion. But only one will make it to the end. Tonight, when the cooking stops, Nick and Dylan will have their Masterchef Ireland finalists.
Genuinely, I'm very proud of them.
Being one of 4, you definitely feel like there's nowhere to hide. The standard is very, very high.
If I leave today, I don't want to think that I didn't give it my all, and I'm determined to really fight for this.
I'm a bit nervous. Today's semi-final cook-off. I don't know how many people are going to get eliminated today. I need to just relax and go in there and cook from the heart, as it were.
I can't believe I'm in the semi-finals. It's just an amazing feeling. It's all what I wished for. I am going in with a really positive attitude today. It's my time. I have to shine.
The pressure is definitely on this morning, but I just don't want to be complacent. I don't want to take anything for granted. It could very easily be me, who they don't think is suitable for the final.
I can't believe it is only 1 step away from the final. More so today than any other day, my stomach is doing little somersaults, and I'm determined to give it my best. And I think it's anyone's game.
Good morning. Throughout this competition, you've all proved that you can cope under pressure.
Today, you are cooking for your place in the final. We are asking you to cook us 2 great courses. You will be given 15 minutes in the pantry and 2.5 hours to cook.
Show us what you've learned, because if you don't, you're going home.
You have to think that this is a competition. Leaving ingredients behind just so other people will have it? No, not today. I have to make sure that I look after myself first. It is a competition at the end of the day.
It does feel very close when you're in the semi-final and you're looking at the next step to get to the final. It feels, you know, like you can always reach out and touch it.
If I get to the MasterChef final, it would be the most brilliant experience.
So I'm just thinking about doing myself justice today in terms of the flavours and trying to implement the feedback from the judges and trying to implement what I've learned in terms of skills and techniques from all of those professional kitchens.
Okay, guys, your cooking time starts now.
This is the first time the contestants have been tasked with cooking 2 courses for Nick and Dylan. Every semi-finalist has already proved themselves in the kitchen. Now one tiny mistake could make all the difference.
Hi, Diana.
Hello, Oni.
So tell me, what are you doing?
I'm going to do main course with quail, with the little chicken wing lollipop, using what I learned from Daniel. I'm going to use a cardamom and sweet potato puree with it, the glazed beets, mushrooms on the side, a couple of beetroot crisps, just for different textures.
Just the added
Yes,
touch.
and these are all the flavors that I love.
Sounds lovely.
And I'm going to do a cardamom and orange panna cotta, carrying on the same kind of autumn flavors.
That actually sounds a lovely menu, I have to say.
Thank you very much.
Wow, Nick, I'm very proud of them. You know, I can't remember having 4 better cooks in the kitchen. You can't develop the way they have done in such a short time and not truly love food. I mean,
It's so apparent,
it's
isn't it?
remarkable.
Because they all deserve a place in the final.
It's going to be a horrible job for us today to get rid of someone. Okay, so we got 1 hour gone, 1.5 hours left. Okay, Hugh.
Morning, Chef.
Talk to me, pal. What we got? We going duck? Is
I've
it
taken
on
the
one?
skin off 1 duck and I'm going to dry that in the oven and make it into a crumble. As a garnish on top, I'm going to sort of mix that through with a bit of lime zest.
Are you going to use the other duck as well, then?
I'm going to pan fry this duck as the sort of the main ingredient.
Yeah.
I'm going to set that on a bed of cream cabbage and a sweet potato fondant.
So what are we expecting from the fondant, then?
The fondant should be nice and crispy.
Okay, so we're expecting the fondants to be crispy now, yes?
Yeah. And for dessert, I'm going to make a plum frangipane tart and a little roasted plum and some ginger crumble.
Sounds really nice.
So that's the idea today.
Good luck, Hugh. I don't think sweet potatoes make great fondant. I like the idea, though, that he is rendering the skin in the oven. He's going to make some form of crumb from that. Then he's going to take another duck breast and crisp that up as well. Very winter flavours, that.
Especially his dessert as well, which is a plum and frangipane tart with a creme fraiche sorbet.
Hello.
Hey, Del. Tell us, what are you doing?
I am doing quail today. I'm doing that with a garlic custard.
Garlic custard.
Yes, it's savoury custard, so there's garlic and leek in the custard.
So is that quite thick, is it?
It'll be set, so it's baked. You don't look so sure.
No, I'm intrigued.
You're intrigued? And then I'm doing an almond and orange cake with roasted peaches and a white chocolate mousse. I hope.
We won't hold you up. Off
Thank
you go.
you.
Thanks, Adele. I love the idea of Adele's. And rather than trying to impress us like the early days by becoming more and more elaborate, they're just keeping it simple. Got oranges, almonds, white chocolate, peaches. It sounds great. So she's made some nice choices. It sounds beautiful.
Beautiful.
You know?
I want an elegant, tasty, light,
Yeah.
well-balanced dessert that's going to finish well after that main course.
Hello, Niamh.
Hi, how are you?
Tell us, Niamh, what are you doing?
I'm doing pigeon,
Wood pigeon, is it?
wood pigeon. With that, I'm doing a red wine reduction, and at the very last moment, I'm going to put in a few red currants. I want to sort of bring out autumnal flavours but autumnal colours on the plate as well. So it's sort of oranges and pinks and purples. Separately, what I'm doing is I decided to keep it simple. One of my favourite desserts, floating islands.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, simple, but so elegant and so much about purity of flavour and the sort of ingredients that everyone has in their house. And they could whip them up at any time, and yet we never do.
Do you have an idea of what these dishes look like presentation-wise?
The dessert, absolutely. The main course, I think I know what I'm doing.
Okay, good. That'll do me.
Thank you.
Thanks, Niamh.
Thank you.
Niamh's using wood pigeon and her dessert of Floating Island, which is my favourite dessert. I think she's going to really pack the flavour because she is about the flavour, let's face it.
We're now at such a high level in the competition that perfection in terms of presentation, that's granted now. What I'm looking for, you know, in terms of balance, there's the right amount of that, the right amount of that, the right amount of that. And that's what we're looking for because that's all we're really going to have to go on, I hope, today.
Okay, guys, an hour and a half has gone. You have 1 hour left.
So tell me, the dessert, what are you doing?
I'm actually making an orange and cardamom panna cotta
Very
with
nice.
shortbread.
Yes.
I'm going to try to carry on kind of the autumnal flavors from the quails. I use what I learned, but I'm also using flavors what I love.
Yeah, that's the name of the game, Diana.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Thank
Thanks
you.
a million.
She's using quail. She's using glazed beetroots, and her dessert is going to be a panna cotta. Again, sounds delicious.
There really is a thought of how we're going to eat it and where it's going to lead us next. So, yeah, I'd be really interested to see this.
So there's a lot of pressure. Everybody's fighting for the places in the final. So any mistakes and it's going to be game over.
Going okay, but I've lots of bits on at the same time. This is the bit where everything kind of comes together, so it's busy. But I'm trying to keep my cool.
Everything is coming together nicely. Today is about me showing that I'm worthy of a place in the finals.
Okay, guys. You got just 15 minutes left. 15 minutes left.
Still to come.
Adele,
Yeah.
hold it together. Keep cooking. I would expect better presentation than what's on the plate.
Earlier today, Nick and Dylan challenged the 4 semi-final contestants to cook 2 courses. The results have to be good enough to win a place in the Masterchef final.
OK, guys, you have 10 minutes left.
Okay, guys, you got 5 minutes left. Just 5 minutes left.
With only minutes to go, Adele runs into trouble.
Adele, you've got about 2 minutes. Pull it together. Come on.
A lot of fiddly things went wrong, so I needed everything else to go smoothly, and then when it didn't, I got a little bit panicked at the end.
Adele?
Yeah.
Hold it together, yeah? Keep cooking. Okay, guys, time is up.
Very mixed feelings. I'm happy how I worked today. I'm happy with the ingredients I chose. It's really out of my hands at this stage.
To earn her place in the final, Diana has made a main course of pan-roasted quail, sweet potato puree, beetroot glazed shallots, and wild mushrooms. Her dessert is orange and cardamom panna cotta with shortbread and raspberry sauce.
Did you enjoy today?
I did enjoy today. I put love into my dishes today.
You always do. Do you feel what you're learning
Yes.
has changed?
Yes.
Tell the truth.
I feel that I was more focused on in orders, how I'm going and how I'm doing.
Very pretty dish, very appetizing. Oh, your food is starting to look professional in a way I haven't seen yet. Okay? But as a main course, it is a bit small.
It's nice. I mean, it's light. Maybe it's too much puree with the whole of the dish to really sort of get all the flavors on your palate.
In terms of a panna cotta, it's beneath what it should be because it's not set enough. It's more of a light cream.
It is unfortunate that your panna cotta hasn't set, but there were ways to retrieve that. But, you know, again, it's all down to experience.
Thank you, Diana.
I think I could go home today because of my panna cotta, which is strange because I've done it so many times. If I get through today, you'll be seeing me dancing later on.
I'm happy enough to say that I'm at least the best amateur meal cook in Ireland, and I'll use that to intimidate my brothers. But in terms of the overall competition, I'm under no illusion as to what I'll have to do to get any further. These girls are seriously hot cooks.
Hugh's 2 courses are duck breast, creamed cabbage, celeriac puree, red wine jus, sweet potato fondant, and a duck skin crumble. And for dessert, glazed plum and frangipane tart with a roasted plum, ginger crumble, and a creme fraiche sorbet.
I like the idea when you said you were going to do it at the start of drying out the skin and making some sort of a crumble. You then put lime and salt into that crumble, is that correct?
Yeah.
I don't think lime really belongs on the dish. I would expect better presentation than what's on the plate. That should be beautiful, soft, succulent, medium rare carved duck with crispy skin at this level. And the fondants, I don't think a sweet potato works as a fondant. In terms of the dishes that you've served in the past 2 restaurants, I would have expected a main course coming from you now that looked like something that would have passed over that pass.
How I feel about it is the fact that I think you've used some great ingredients. It was a nice, smooth puree. The leeks are nice. The duck, it is unfortunate it is a bit, you know, bigger than what you would imagine in a fine dining setting. For you being in this competition at this stage is fantastic. It's a tough, tough day, and everyone has a big chance.
Nice texture, it's not too thick, it's crumbly, but I think it works really well. And yeah, I mean, I think it's a bit big, the whole thing. I think it lacks a bit of finesse again, but I think that it eats very well. Good job.
Thank you.
The flavour's good on the dessert.
It's a nice ice cream or sorbet, whatever we're calling it. Frangipane is lovely. There's a nice crunch, and there's nice moisture in there. It's not a bad 2 courses. Thanks very much.
Thanks, Shane.
Thanks.
I'm a bit disappointed, I suppose, with the feedback. I could be going to the exit door, you know?
Idea, to come up, please.
I haven't done enough because I didn't execute the dishes the way I wanted to. They just weren't the best on the day. But I hope they see something in me and they can, they can forgive.
After her last-minute crisis, has Adele salvaged her pan-roast quail with leek and garlic custard, asparagus, prosciutto and a hazelnut dressing. For her dessert, an orange and almond cake, caramelised peaches, white chocolate and cardamom mousse, and white chocolate crumb.
Were you having a bad day today?
Yeah, a little bit.
But the flavour, which is what it's all about, is it's good. I like the textures. I like everything. There's a bit of crunch and there's sweetness, there's saltiness, and it does have flavour in it. Nothing overpowers anybody. I think it's a nice light starter, and I would be happy to eat more of that. It's delightful. There's loads of flavour in there.
Yeah.
You can taste the orange. It's one of those lovely desserts that you want to finish, and I want to finish it. Unfortunately, I have to share it with Dylan, but thanks a lot.
For me, you've been consistent through the competition. I think you could have toasted your hazelnuts a little bit better. When a dish is as subtle as you cook, it really is a significant difference.
Okay.
So you have a very, very, very special refinement that I rarely see in cooks and in chefs. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. You're a very refined cook. You should be very proud.
Thank you. Yes. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Philip.
I think, when I was getting the feedback from Dylan, I was so worried, and I'd had such a crappy morning in the kitchen that I wasn't kind of able to take in what he was saying. And he was looking at me as if to say, do you get it? I'm giving you a compliment. But it was really lovely, really, really lovely to hear.
Okay, Niamh.
It's very important to me today that I prove to Nick and Dylan that you can take good old traditional types of cooking, but elevate them to a fine dining experience. And I want to do that today.
Niamh is presenting pan-fried wood pigeon with carrot puree, butternut squash, mushrooms, red currant syrup, and a red wine and red currant reduction. And her dessert is floating islands with creme anglaise and caramel drizzle. Can these dishes secure a place in the final?
Are you happy?
I just wish I could crack the presentation thing.
Yes.
Because I'm confident about my flavours.
It's not all bad. You know where you've gone wrong. It's just that, unfortunately, at this stage, there's no room for error now.
I know it.
Wood pigeon. It tastes great. It's cooked beautifully. The dish eats really well, even though it looks kind of, But what you've done here is you've put a dish that's on a plate, and it should have gone in a bowl. Floating island is beautiful. It's light. I love the caramel on top. Little bit sweet for me.
The consistency of the creme anglaise is very good.
Okay.
Have some more, please.
You have an excellent talent in terms of being able to put food together in your head, but every component must stand perfect. You should know that because you do have a gift.
You do.
Thank you, Niamh.
Thanks,
Niamh.
Thank you. But I actually think they're frustrated with me that I'm not getting certain little things. There's nothing worse in life than wasted potential. If I'm lucky enough to be given the chance to do it again, there's no way I want to feel like this, that I've let someone down. So I will not let them down.
Some good, some bad again, but ultimately an improvement.
Very emotional morning. Been a hell of a ride for them.
Edel had a bit of a rough time today, let's face it.
She was definitely rattled. She definitely had a bad cooking day today. For an amateur cook, there's some real talent in that girl. She's an amazing palate. She's an amazing palate in her head. I don't believe that Hugh today his work has been affected. I mean, the duck that he produced was of not the standard that I expected.
We were expecting so much more.
So much more from Hugh. I just don't see how he doesn't see that it should be stronger. It doesn't stand even close to what Diana produced today. I mean, I was looking at Diane's jotter today, and she had everything in detail. She knew exactly what she was doing, and she set about a plan before she went to work. She's a great cook.
It was very professional, wasn't it?
She's a great cook. Niamh.
Yes.
For me, again, another cook who knows how to make a plate of food taste great, but my God, she is struggling with how to put it on the plate.
The hardest part now will be to decide who we genuinely believe will produce the most amazing 3 courses for the final.
Yeah. The first finalist is Diana.
The second finalist is Edel.
That leaves us with Hugh and Niamh.
The next person to leave the MasterChef kitchen is Hugh.
Oh, thank you.
Today I didn't get it right, so rightfully I'm leaving the competition today. I would have loved to have been in the final, but it'll be good for my kids to even see, you know, sometimes you don't win and you just have to get up and keep going.
Congratulations, girls. You are our finalists.
You're about to take a culinary adventure of a lifetime.
Your final journey starts in South Africa.
All the dreams I ever had have just come true in a 5-minute period. I was born in Zambia. I've always wanted to go back, and I can't believe that I'm doing it as part of MasterChef. Speechless.
Next time on MasterChef.
This is South Africa's most celebrated fine dining restaurant.
I'll be devastated if they hate it. Either your gut is right or it's wrong. I like it.
It's delicious. I can't remember the last time I loved a task as much as this.
There's plenty to chew over.